Hello, good day. We are going to and have sample problem in chapter 7. And let me start with the exercises, okay? And let me enlarge this one, okay? So that we can better see the problem. Okay. Oh. So we have exercise 7-1, and the problem would be there is a need for us to compute how much debt and what are the given item. You have an asset equal to 5.2 million and your debt ratio is 75%. So we know that we have asset is equal to liability plus your equity, and it's stated here that your total asset is 5.2 million. Okay, so we have 5.2 million. If it is 5.2 million, then all we need to do is, all we need to do is to just multiply your 75%. Because if the debt ratio is 75%, then it meant to say that your equity is 25%, because this one would equal your 100%. So what would be the answer? That would be your 75% will multiply by 5.2 million. So the answer in this particular problem would be 3.9. No? So let's go to 7-2. Okay. And what type of problem is this? We are tasked to compute the net proceeds. And if it is the net proceeds, spelling. And if it is the net proceeds, then we need to determine what are the given item. And we do have shares outstanding, okay, and that is equal to 5 million, okay. And what else do we have aside from the shares outstanding of 5 million? They would like to also issue, no? So ito i-issue nila considering additional, okay, and that would be 1 million, okay, and this 1 million will be offered at 20 pesos, and you have 95% as your proceeds. Okay, so how much would that be? So we just have to multiply this, right? Your number of shares and the market value, and how much would be the proceeds. So that would be around 19 million. Then what else? The firm is obligated by an earlier agreement to sell another. Okay, so you have additional 250,000 as your number of shares that you need to 90% of the offering price. So it's still 20, but in this case it will be 90%. So how much would that be? So let's just copy this one. So we have 4,500,000. So we just have sum it up. So you have 23,500,000. So that will be the answer for 7-2. Okay. Let's go now to 7-3. In 7-3, okay, let me have. We have to give the two major differences between the option, no, of the company. So, take a look at their options. Ang sabi, pwedeng dalawang issue ang gawin nila. New issue or additional shares. Pag nag-new issue sila, preferred stock. Yung additional shares nila, ano mangyayari? Offering price of $5. Yung preferred stock, it has a face value of 100, okay? With 540 dividend per year. The good thing with the issuance of preferred stock is that, remember, if it is preferred stock, wala namang voting power. So, okay lang din. Ang kaibahan lang yan, pag preferred stock ang issue mo, siyempre, mauuna mong bibigyan ng dividendo yan kesa sa common na stockholder. Diba? Unlike dun sa isa, kasi yung pangalawa, an additional 1 million shares. So, this will be related to your common stock. Diba? So, ano daw ang major differences nila dun sa option? Siyempre, one with voting power and the other one with no voting power. And yung sa number 2, siyempre, ito, mauunang bigyan mo ng dividendo ang preferred stock kaysa sa common stockholder. Diba? Yun lang naman yung mga issues dyan in terms of voting power and in terms of whether you have the preference in terms of the dividend. Let's go to 4. Okay? So, ito sa problem, rather exercise 7-4 ay anong pinapahanap sa atin? Price-earnings ratio. So, if it is price-earnings ratio, so we need to know first the earnings per share, no? And we have to know the price. Okay? And pag earnings per share, dapat malaman natin yung net income at saka dapat malaman natin yung outstanding shares. Diba? Okay, so tingnan natin. Tanggalin ko muna itong price. Now, magkano ang net income ng sinabi ba sa atin? Annual earnings, 11.2 million. So, it is 11.2 million. Okay. And, may nakita ba tayo ditong outstanding shares? The company has 4.6 million shares outstanding. So, 4.6 million shares outstanding. So, we can now compute for EPS. So, it's just net income divided by outstanding shares. So, we have 2.43 per share. This is your EPS. Okay. And, magkano yung market value? It closed at 24.60. So, ang ating price-earnings ratio ay we have 24.60 and we have 2.43. So, ang price-earnings ratio natin ay 24.6 divided by 2.43. So, we have 10.10. Okay. And then we have PE ratio yesterday. It is down by 0.35. O, di anong gagawin natin? Yung 24.6 ay magiging, bawasan natin ng PE. Mas mataas yung natin. Kasi down by 0.35 by yesterday. So, it would be plus 24.6 plus 0.35 equals 24.95. And we still have the 2.43. So, we have 24.95 divided by 2.43. So, we have 10.25. Okay? Ba't kailangan natin i-compute yung price-earnings ratio? Sinasabi kasi nito, class, saan ang mga on sale. Okay? Pagka price-earnings ratio. At saka ginagamit din natin ang price-earnings ratio to determine the value of stock. Yun yung mga tinatawag nating multiples. Okay? Pagka ang ginamit nyo ay price-earnings ratio. Okay? Now, how can we interpret? Paano nyo i-interpret yung price-earnings ratio? Ano ang gusto nyong pag ikaw ang stockholder? Diba? Ano ang gusto natin kapag price-earnings ratio? High o low? Diba? Pagka pag ikaw yung decision maker. Kayo, sa tingin nyo, ano ang gusto nyong price-earnings ratio? Pag presyo ba, gusto nyo mataas? O mababa? Sasabihin nyo sa sarili nyo, depende yan. Kung ako ay buyer or seller. Kasi nga, dahil ginagamit natin to in valuing the company. Kung siya ba ay over or under valued. Okay? Yun ang doon. So, ano ang gusto natin na price-earnings ratio? A higher price-earnings ratio. Sige, gusto natin. Higher price-earnings ratio. Ibig lang sabihin yan, yung investor willing to pay higher price because of the growth expectation in the future. So ini-equate mo doon sa growth expectation. Ibig sabihin, pag mataas na PE ratio, willing sila magbayad ng mataas. Kasi pakiramdam nila, mataas yung level ng magiging growth nung company. No? Merong willing. Ano ba mas maganda? Ano ang better? High o low? Okay? Anong gusto ko? High or low? Tanong mo yung sarili mo, buyer ka ba o seller? Diba? Ang sinasabi lang kanina, pag mataas yung PE ratio mo, pag ikaw yung buyer, willing ka magbayad. Doon kasi investor, sinasabi, diba, are willing to pay. Yun. Ngayon, dahil nga ang price earnings ratio would show the willingness of the market, how much they would pay for today, no? Based on kasi ang ginamit natin dito, anong ginamit yung net income? Ang ginamit yung net income ay historical to, diba? So you are using the past performance for you to be able to have a partnership, yung pagdidesisyon mo, no? For the future. Kaya lang, alam niyo ba ako na ibig sabihin ng higher PE ratio? Pwedeng overvalued. Pwede yun. Pagka naman low, mali spelling ko na hal. Pagka naman low, ano naman ibig sabihin nun? Ano yung pwedeng may possibility? Na yung stock price mo is low relative to earnings. Okay? Paano ako makakapag-desisyon? Sinasabi nga lang niya kung overvalued or undervalued. Ang kainaman, it will tell you your willingness to to have the partnership. Diba?
Nakalagay
So,
na double check sa ano, Ted?
yun. Dito, halos parehas naman sila. 10.1, 10.25. Okay? What is a good price to earnings ratio kung kayo ang tatanungin? Syempre, magdidepende yan kung anong industry ka. No? So, pag high, possible na overvalued. Pag low, possible na undervalued. Okay? Yan. So, laging ang titingnan nyo ay yung industry. Kayo, di ba pumili kayo ng company nyo kasi i-apply natin to. So, we have to compare with their competitor. Hindi kasi pwedeng hindi mo siya i-compare. Hindi pwedeng sa sarili mo lang. Diba? O, yun. So, let's go to the next exercise. And the next exercise is 7-5. Ano ba sinabi din sa 7-5? We would have to use during the dividend discount model, of which we have, this is one of the model, no? Aside from the multiples kanina. So, this is the dividend discount model. Ano yung ating formula dito? Dapat, ano ang input natin? Ang input mo dyan, yung dividends, no? Ano yung kinocompute natin dito? Price. Or market value. Okay? So, we should know how much is the dividend. We should know the growth rate. Saan ko makikita ang growth rate? This can be computed using ratios. This is your sustainable growth rate. Pwede yan. Aside from the dividend, we need to know the expected return. Okay? Kasi, this will form part of your discount. Okay? Your expected return. This will be your effective rate. Tingnan natin ano yung mga data na meron dito sa 7-5. Annual year-end dividend is 1.2. So, this is time 0. Diba? This is time 0. This is the beginning. What we need is time 1. Diba? Ano ang sabi? It plans to increase this dividend by 5%. So, this will be your growth rate, 5%. Okay? So, 5%. Ayan. 5%. And, anong sabi? It has a required return of 8%. And we know that our formula would be dividend divided by the return. No? So, it should be D1 divided by return. Okay. Or, ayan. And it is, anong gagawin natin? Alamin muna natin D1. 1.2 times 5%. Okay. And your dividend at time 1, you need to divide by 8%. Okay. So, ganito ang kanyang Ay, 5% lang. Dapat 1 sorry, mali ako. Okay, so it should be 1 plus 5%. Kasi ito lang yung growth rate. Yung growth, how much is the growth of the dividend? It is 0.06, wait. So, ito, plus 1.2. So, it's 1.26, sorry. Ang galing natin ito. Wait. This one. Ang galing natin. So, ito yung increase ng dividend mo. So, yung growth. So, 1.26 divided by 8%. Ayan. This will be the market value of the stock. 15.75. Okay? Ganyan. Paano naman dito sa susunod? So, itong 7-4, this is one model. No? This is one model. And this one is the second model. And the other one would be the third model. Yeah. You have your kapam. Okay? 7-6. Now we have capital asset pricing model. This is the also another model for us to determine the value of bond. Using yung kapam in order for you to know the required rate of return. Okay, so let's see. Anong sinabi dito? Your dividend is, how much is your dividend? We have 2.25. Okay, could be your dividend. And, ano nakalagay? Risk-free rate is 4.5%. This will be your risk-free rate. Then, risk premium is 10.8%. Okay, 10.8%. So, ilan ang expected return? So, ang expected return natin R is equal to 4.5 plus 10.8. So, you have 15.3% as your expected return. And how can we know? Anong sabi? Initiated new corporate annual dividend forever to class. This is, anong model ito? Kung forever, per share forever. Pag sa math, ano yun? Meron yun, diba? Pag sa math. Yung model na, yung infinite, yung ano, ayan o, forever. O di ano lang gagawin natin? Yung 2.25, no? Divide lang natin sa, divided by, perpetuity yan by the way. We have 14 point, yan, halos 71 na yan. Diba? Yung, 14.71. Okay? So, yan yung sagot natin para dito sa exercises 7-1 to 7-6. Okay, so ano yung mga model na ginamit natin in valuing stocks? We have the multiples and we have the dividend discount model, okay, with growth, with a growth rate, no constant growth. And in 7-6, it's you use kapam to determine the expected rate of return, but still the model that we use is dividend discount model. But in this case, this is zero growth model because perpetuity yung ginamit natin. Okay? So thank you very much. I'll give you other sample of the computation.